Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 11. Hath a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods, but my people have changed their glory for that which does not profit. Give me 14 and 27, same book. So it says, have we changed our God, which are no God? A lot of our people don't believe, are atheists. They don't believe in that there's a higher power. They don't believe that there's a man, a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah who is in power of all this. You know, they don't believe in that. They believe in magic. You know what I'm saying? They believe in science. You know? Give me that in Jeremiah. 14 and what? 27. Jeremiah chapter. Jeremiah 14. After that, we can go back to Exodus 20 and 7.
14 and 7.
Said Jeremiah chapter 14 and 7? 14 and 27. I'm sorry. 14 and 27. Jeremiah 14 and 27. What's not? No, sir. I'm sorry, man. You can go back to Exodus. Jeremiah 14. Sorry. Wrong scripture there. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 7. Yes. Right? Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Right. Go ahead. Right? Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. So give me Matthew 12 and 36. And that's going into a lot of our people when they talk to the Lord, when they praying to the Lord, they don't think that he's listening. Or because he tell you in Proverbs, the Lord hear not the prayers of a sinner. You know? So, but a lot of our people, they swear on the Lord, you know, he tell you not to swear, you know, but he said don't deal with the name of the Lord or the power of the Lord, all right, this Bible itself in vain. You know, when we read these things, don't take it in vain. Give me Matthew 12 and 36 and 37.
All right. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 36. But I say unto you, that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. Verse 37. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned.
So the Lord said, every idle word that we speak here on earth, we should give an account for. You know? So he's letting you know that, hey, there's an angel. Yeah. There's literally an angel giving a record to the Most High about everything that you speak. Give me Ecclesiastes 5 and 1 through 2, and then jump 4 to 6. So he's letting you know every idle word that you speak, you having to give an account for, whether it be good or bad. All right? Give me Ecclesiastes 5, 1 through 2, and then jump down 4 through 12. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 2. 5 and 1. 5 Ecclesiastes. Yeah, 5 and 1 through 2. I'm sorry. Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God. For God is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore, let thy words be few. Right? Jump down to, I'm sorry, I'm trying to go back and forth. Jump down to 4 through 6. Ecclesiastes chapter 4. No, verse 6. 5 and 4 through 6. Okay. When thou vowest a vow unto God, defer not to pay it, for he hath no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. Better is it that thou shouldest not vow, than that thou shouldest vow and not pay. Right, so it's going into how we make a promise to the Lord. But jump back up, he says, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Lord. Because a lot of our people, when they hear something about the Bible, when they hear something about God, they automatically think it's religion. they automatically want to give an opinion. So the Lord said, keep your foot, meaning hold your peace, watch your mouth, because you don't want to be out here babbling and talking, you know what I'm saying, sideways, and you don't know that the Lord is giving account for it. That's why he said every idle word. So when you give a vow or make a promise to the Most High, he said, I'd rather you not even vow if you can't keep it. You see what I'm saying? So give me Matthew 5, chapter 5, verse 33 to 37. So he said, I'd rather you just hold.
Echoing.
So we gotta watch what we say, Israel. We gotta watch how we conduct, how we pray, how we talk to one another. You know. Matthew 5, 33.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 33. Again, ye have heard that it is been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord thine oaths.
Verse 30 to 34.
All right. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by earth, for it is the footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou cannot make one hair white or black. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay, for whatsoever is more than these cometh from evil.
Right. So the Lord said, hey, let your communication be yes or no. All right. Yay, yay, nay, nay. All right. Anything else, you babble. All right. Go to chapter 6 through 7 through 8. All right. So it says you got to perform the oath that you sworn to the Lord. So if you know, hey, if you can't do this by this deadline, don't be telling the Lord you're going to get it done. If you say, hey, Lord, I'm going to put this off on me, I'm going to get this right in my life. If you can't do it, hey, be real with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Hey, only you and the Father got to work that out. You know? Matthew 6 through 7. 6 and 7 through 8. All right, so we just wanted to, we shouldn't take the Lord's name in vain. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't just be out here, using vain words and vain repetition. All right? Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 6 and verse 7. But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions, as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before you ask him.
Right. So that's going into, hey, when you pray to the Lord, be straightforward. He your Father. Don't sugarcoat it. You know what I'm saying? Go to Exodus 28. So that's going into, hey, like I was saying, don't take the Lord, name in vain. That's going into this Bible. That's going into when you worship him, when you ask him for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Don't take that time in vain. Exodus 28. 8 through 11. I think that should be going into the Sabbath.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath day of thy Lord. And thou in it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Right. Give me Isaiah 58 and 13. All right. And then give me Sirach 33 and 7. So the Lord said one of the eighth commandment that we're receiving on Mount Zion is that we should supposed to keep the Sabbath day. That's the first holy day that the Lord gave us. All right. Out of all the feast days, all the new moons, he gave us, this was the first day he hallowed. All right. So it's a special day for him. It's a covenant between us and him. All right. Give me Isaiah 58 and 13. It's numbers of ways that you keep the Sabbath day holy. We're not supposed to buy. We're not supposed to sell. We're not supposed to cook. We're not supposed to be doing any hard labor unless it's for the Lord.
we understand we're in captivity, so some of us have to work, you know, but if you can get that day off, you know, it's very important that you do, you know, but this day is important. When the sun falls on Friday, this is when we cease from all our hard bondage and we worship the Lord. We give all our due diligence to the Lord until the sun falls on Saturday. All right? So go Isaiah 58:13, and then Sirach 33:7.
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words.
Right, so it's going into, hey, we can't be doing our own pleasures on the Sabbath. And it's so tricky here in America because we all know that's the day that we turn up. That's the day we get together and perform all the wickedness, man. The football games, the basketball games, the barbecues. They tricked us thinking that, hey, Sunday is when we're supposed to worship the Lord. But no, the Lord said the Sabbath day, which is Saturday. We didn't have 12 o'clock back then when we was with Moses. No, we went about the sun. You know, we didn't keep up with man time. So we detected by the sun. When the sun falls, that's when we cease from our works. So it wasn't a day that we're supposed to do our own pleasures on. All right, we kept it holy. All right, so give me that Sirach 33:7.
All right.
So other ways that you keep the Sabbath day holy, like I said, no buying, no cooking, no hard bondage. All right, you pray, you fast. This is the day you hollow, all right?
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33, verse 7. Why doeth one day excel another, when as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun? By the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts. Some of them have he made high days and hallowed them, and some of them have he made ordinary days.
Right, so that's going into a lot of us, well, some of us, I hope not on this call, but some people, well, we got to keep this day. No, the Lord made this day special. Some days, Sunday through, you want to say Friday evening, he made, you know, ordinary days, you know, but he said some days he hollowed days. And he said our ancient feast days as well. That's why you only do certain feast days through certain times of the year. You know, like the feast of first fruit, that can only happen in the beginning of the year, a month of Abib. You know what I'm saying? When everything is fresh. The Passover, that's the beginning of the year. That's the first month of the year. You know, so that's what the Lord had set aside for the children of Israel. You know, so those are the days we're supposed to keep. Those are the days he said is special to him. All right. Give me Sirach 20:12. All right. So we had to keep the Sabbath day, Israel. That was in the Big Ten. And I just expound on, hey, it's more than to just reading your Bible on the Sabbath and paying tithes. You know, that's what this world told us. There's way more to it.
So you want Sirach 20:12?
No, Exodus 20:12. I'm sorry, going back to the commandments. And then somebody can give me Sirach 3:1.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother,
Right.
that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
So it says, honor thy mother and thy father. All right. I'm going into Sirach chapter 3, verse 1. We're going to start at there through 10. And basically going into the ways you're supposed to honor your father and mother. And he's talking about your earthly father and mother. All right. Because that's a primary example of how you're supposed to worship your spiritual father. All right. He give us a physical example, you know. So these are some of the ways we're supposed to honor our father and our mother, which is the 8th commandment. All right. I'm sorry, which is the 12th commandment.
Chapter 3, 1 through 10.
You can just 8 through 8.
All right. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear me, your father, O children, and do thereafter, that ye may be safe. For the Lord hath given the father honor over the children, and have confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons. Whosoever honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sins, and he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure. Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children, and when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard. He that honoreth his father shall have a long life, and he that is obedient unto the Lord shall be a comfort to his mother. He that feareth the Lord will honor his father, and will do service unto his parents, as to his masters. Honor thy father and mother, both in word and deed, that a blessing might come upon thee from them. For the blessing of the father establishes the house of children, but the curse of the mother rooted out foundations. Glory not in dishonor of thy father, for thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee. For the glory of a man is the honor of his father, and a mother is dishonor, and a mother in dishonor is a reproach to the children.
Right. That's it on that. So it's going to say, hey man, if you honor, because hey, the Lord tell you in Matthew, I think chapter 5. Let me get that. Hold on. What's the one? He didn't come to send peace on earth. All right. So we understand that we're gonna have some wicked parents, man. We're gonna have some wicked kin folks. All right, but he's still saying honor them, because you make an atonement, because we're supposed to forgive. That's the number one thing that Israel is praying for, forgiving. I ain't gonna say the number one thing, but it's up there, you know. So hey, he's saying, hey, if you can honor your father, you make an atonement for your own sins. All right, and he said a reproach, because think about it, we all a little older here, but we got kids. You got bad kids. You send your kids on a field trip, and they get a bad report. You walk around with your head down, like, damn, my bad ass kids, man. You feel bad. So we got to look at it as a spiritual thing, man. We down here on earth. We committing iniquity and sin and being wicked. The Most High looking at us like, man, my bad ass kids, you know. For those who doesn't have an earthly father or mother living, you know. So hey, that's why we got to look at that thing, you know. So it's saying we have to honor our father and our mother. So if you want to read Sirach 3, you know, it gives you, a whole list of how you honor your mother and father. All right. Give me go back to Exodus 20 and 13. All right. So the 12th commandment is that we're supposed to honor our father and our mother. All right. So we're gonna get Exodus 20 and 13, which is the 13th commandment.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 13. Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill. That's simple, right? Give me Matthew 5 and 21. That's a simple one. All right, we all know, hey, you can't take a soul, man. You can't kill no one. It's all of the Lord, all right? So for number one, we know man's born is of the Lord. So, but give me Matthew chapter 5 and verse 21. Because Christ expound on that kill thing, you know?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 21, and it reads, Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raca, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of the hellfire.
Right. So it's saying, like, you blaspheme your brother, all right, and you angry with your brother. The Lord said you should be, you in fear of the judgment, all right, because he said you should not be angry with your brother without a cause, all right. So Christ is expounding on that. So Moses told you shouldn't kill, but the Lord telling you if you mad with your brother without a cause, you're in danger of the judgment. That's how heavy that is, man. So we got to let go of that angry spirit. You know what I'm saying? We can't be mad at one another. That's why I said forgiveness is one. It's one of the things that we are playing with. Give me Exodus 20 and 14.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Hey, that's simple as well. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Give me Matthew 5 and 27. Commit adultery. All right, that's sleeping with another man's wife, or that's sleeping with another sister's husband. Vice versa. If you're married in the eyes of the Lord, if you're sleeping with someone, that is marriage. And he said the way you solidify it is by putting it on the law, putting it down on paper in the laws of God. That's how you solidify marriage. And committing adultery is when you're sleeping outside of your marriage. All right. Give me Matthew 5 and 27.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 27, and it reads, Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, have committed adultery with her already in his heart.
Look at that. Because Job tell you, I made a covenant with my eyes. All right? I ain't staring at another man's wife. All right? So the Lord said, you even staring at another man's wife, you commit adultery already. All right? So you see how different that is? Because we living under grace right now, y'all. So he's giving us really time to get right. Because Moses, it was cut and dry with Moses. Hey, you shouldn't kill. You shouldn't commit adultery. But Christ even magnified that thing. He said, if you even looking at another woman, you commit adultery. If you even angry with your brother, you killing him. You know what I'm saying? Give me
I got a precept for you, brother.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Matthew chapter 15 and verse 19. For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murderers, adulterers, fornications, theft, false witness, and blasphemy. Basically, I just wanted to make the point that it says, for out of the heart perceive evil thoughts, right? Because the heart represents the mind in the Bible, right? Because you can't think with your heart. Your heart pumps blood. So that anytime you see heart, right, out of the heart, it's talking about the thoughts.
Salaki, my phone died. Got to steal my sister's. Sorry about that. All right. Where we at?
I was just... I had brought up that the Matthew 15 and verse 19, but out of the heart proceed evil thoughts. I was just clearing up what the heart was.
The heart
and
is
back to you.
The heart is your mind. And he let you know, man, like, and what is that in Jeremiah? The heart is deceitful above all things, desperately wicked. You know? So our mind is what plagues us, all right? Because a lot of our people, it's a mind over matter thing. We ain't going to go out there and actually commit the act. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us have a little more will of our flesh. But we have some people that sit there and meditate on these wicked thoughts, you know what I'm saying? So the Lord tell you, hey, you got to cleanse your anger. You got to cleanse your lust. You know, that's what atoning is for. That's what fasting is for, praying is for. All right? So give me Exodus 20 and 15.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not steal.
All right, that's easy as well. Give me Leviticus 19 and 11 and 13. And then Ephesians 4 and 28. And then 1 Timothy 6 and 10. So it's going into thou shalt not steal. That's easy as well. Cut and dry. And we understand money is something that's very needful in life. All right? So give me Leviticus 19 and 11 through 13.
All right. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 11. Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another. And ye shall not swear by my name falsely, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord. Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning.
Right. So it's going into, hey, if you have your own business and someone is working for you, hey, he said, pay that man what he do. Now here in America, you know, we work 14 days. Some of us may be on salary. Hey, we work 14 days and then get paid. But the Lord is saying, you robbing a man. If he's working for you, you're going to pay him at the end of the day. That's like stealing. All right? So the Lord said you shouldn't do that with your neighbor. All right? Neither shall you deal falsely with him. Ephesians 4 and 28.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 28. Let him that stole steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands, the thing which is good, that he may have to give to him that needeth.
So that's going into, like, and I must confess, you know, that was one of my sins that I dealt with in the world. We all family, I must confess. You know, there's not a job I worked for, you know what I'm saying, that I didn't go off and I stole from. It must be real. So that's one of the things that I was plagued with. You know, Lord, forgive me for my sin. But hey, the Lord said, let him that steal no more. All right. And when I read that, I was like, cool. You know what I'm saying? He said, you got to work for what you want here on life. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, hey, if a man don't work, he don't eat. You know? So that's one of the things that he said. Give me Colossians 3 and 8 through 9. All right? So that's my, confession to one of y'all. I haven't stolen Lord's word for about 2 years. But just honest opinion, that money, a lot of our people got that, covetous spirit. They got to have it. You know what I'm saying? We'll do anything to get it, Colossians 3 and 8.
All right. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 8. But now you also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him.
So it's going into give me Exodus 20:16. I'm sorry, give me Exodus 20:16. That's going into this law right here. All right, so we understand that thou shalt not kill. All right, the money is the root of all evil as well. All right, so give me that precept. Colossians is going into another commandment. Salaki, but give me Exodus 20:16.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Right, bear false witness. That's the 16th commandment, y'all. And a lot of our people have that. They talk about each other behind their backs. You know what I'm saying? They lie about each other. They gossip about each other. So let's go into the scriptures. Proverbs 4:24. So the Lord said, we shall bear false witness. If you don't know something, don't open your mouth about it. That's plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, and the 2 or 3 witnesses have to be there as well. That's what's the law of Moses. All right, before you can condemn somebody. All right, Proverbs 4:24 and Ephesians 4:25.
All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 24. Put away from thee a froward mouth, and perverse lips put far from thee.
So it says, put away thee a froward mouth. Because a lot about he said you got to be don't be quick to talk. You got to be quick to listen. Be slow to speak. So a person that always running their mouth, the Lord said, put away from that. That's irksome to someone that's trying to be at peace or something like that. You constantly talking. You know. Give me Ephesians 4:25. All right. So the Lord said, hey, bearing false witness, we can't do it. Putting a forward mouth, talking about people, you can't do that. All right.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 25. Wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another.
Keep going.
Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
So I want to jump back up there, but we ain't got to. But you can't be angry as well. Don't get me wrong. You know, because the Lord tell you in Ecclesiastes, you know, it's a time to be happy and it's a time to be mad. You know what I'm saying? It's a time to cry. It's a time to, you know, rejoice. So, but the Lord said you could be angry, but sin not. All right? Don't sin. And don't let the sun go down upon your wrath. Going into, hey, don't go to bed mad at somebody. All right? Don't go to bed with having a problem with your neighbor. Work it out. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold on to those things. All right? Give me, and he also said, put away you lying lips. All right? Give me Exodus 20:17.
Exodus
20:17.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Right, so it's saying coveted. Covet meaning wrongfully getting. All right, give me 1 Timothy 6:6. He said you shouldn't covet anything that's not yours, basically. Nothing that doesn't belong to you, you shouldn't take it. You shouldn't wrongfully get it. All right, give me 1 Timothy 6:6, and then Mark 8:35.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 6. But godliness with contentment is great gain.
Right, godliness, righteousness. All right, because the Lord said, he that trying to find his life shall lose it. All right, he said the chief things in life is a house to cover thy nakedness, food and water. All right, carefully, you know, trying to get it together. Let me get that. What is that? Sirach. Let me out. Is that in Sirach?
Yeah, I think that's so rough.
Talking about the chief things?
It's Ecclesiasticus 29 and 21.
29 and 21. I read that. Right? Sirach 29 and 21. The chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and a house to cover thy shame. All right? So it's basically those are cheap things in life. So if you're not going out of your way to get those things, you shouldn't be trying to earn it in life. And the Lord said, godliness and contentment. All right? Because that's the spirit that we dwell in. Jacob is a plain man. We're plain people. We don't need all those extravagant, these 4-5 story houses, these 2-3 car garages, and 5-6 cars. No, we don't need that. You know what I'm saying? We're plain men. All right, so that's why I said godliness with contentment. All right, give me Matthew 22 and 36. I'm gonna wrap it up on this one, y'all. So those are the big 10 commandments that Moses gave us, and Christ gave us 2 more commandments as well. All right, and he said these are the greatest commandments. Matthew 22 and 36 through 40.
36 through 40.
Uh-huh.
All right. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 36. Master, which is, let me start it over. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Right. So love God, number 1, with all thy heart, with all thy soul. We understand 1 John 5 and 3, for those who don't know. The love of God is keeping the commandments. John 14 and 16 tell you that as well. If you love me, keep my commandments. All right? So that's how you love God, by applying the things that he written. You know what I'm saying? That the prophets written. Give me Leviticus 19 and 17. And he said, love thy neighbor. And somebody give me Proverbs 20 and 5. Leviticus 19 and 17. Leviticus 19 and 17, 17 through 18. And Proverbs 27 and 5.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Right.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord.
Give me Proverbs 27 and 5. He said we shouldn't hold grudges against one another. He said you should always rebuke one another, though. That's if you don't rebuke or correct your neighbor, that's showing hatred. The Lord said if you hate your brother or your sister if you're not correcting him in the ways of the Lord. Because God is not finna come down here and correct us. That's why he's waking us up. So we can be the light that shines before our neighbors and our children and our families, you know? Give me that Proverbs 27 and 5.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 27, verse 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple, man. Because we'll look at something, man, I really do like that guy. I really do like that girl. Or, you know what I'm saying? We kind of connect. I don't want to rub. No, the Lord said open rebuke is better than secret love. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, don't spare no feelings. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord ain't going to spare feelings when he get back. All right? Give me 1 Corinthians 6 and 9 through 11. And then after that, Matthew 5 and 18 and James 2 and 10. That was my last scripture. And I'll open it up for questions.
1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9.
Yeah, 6 and 9 through 11.
All right. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
All right.
Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revelers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of God.
So basically, go ahead, I'm sorry.
And such were some of you, but ye are washed, but ye are sanctified, and ye are justified in the name of the Lord Jesus, and by the Spirit of our God.
Right. So now we're justified. And I love Paul, man. He said, and such were some of you. Because we can all attest, man. We know ourselves. We once was idolaters. idolizing things of this world, when the Lord said, "Thou shalt have no other God before us." We all fornicated, man. When He said, "Hey, love your wife, love your husband, don't be an adulterer." You know what I'm saying? He said these people are not inheriting. They're not gonna get the kingdom of heaven. All right. Give me that in Matthew 5 and 18.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled.
Give me James 2 and 10. All right? All things have to be fulfilled. Israel is not back in our homeland. Christ haven't came back. You know, the wicked is still in authority. You know, we still have to live out the curses of Deuteronomy. All right? So we still ultimately have to keep the laws that was in place. All right? James 2 and 10. That's my last scripture.
James chapter 2 and verse 10. For whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all.
Right. So hey, we have to die daily, as Paul said. All right? Because you could be keeping every law that I tried to break down. And if you offend one, you go offend one, you guilty of them all. So the Lord let you know, hey, if you ain't keeping the Sabbath, but you wearing fringes, you still ain't no good. You may be keeping, you may stop eating pork, but if you're a whoremonger, you still ain't no good. You know what I'm saying? If you walking around with your fringes but got a cross on your neck, you ain't no good. You know? So that's what the Lord is trying to tell us, man. The law of God is always in place. Christ just magnified the laws. He made it a little bit harder because he had to die for us. Look how long we've been here. Look how long we've been here in America, going through captivity after captivity. All right? So, of course, hey, when the Lord come back, he ain't going to spare our feelings. All right? So that's why he said, examine ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I got to get this. Hold on, last scripture. I should not lie. First Peter. What is that? Work out the, make your call in an election sure. Is that 2 Peter?
Let's see.
Yeah, I got it.
2 Peter 1 and 10.
Yeah, come. Read that for me.
Let me get to it. 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence. Let me read that over. 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, you shall never fail.
Right. If you do the things that Lord's will, I edified you guys, and through the Spirit of the Lord, hey, I was able to give y'all some knowledge. If you do the things that I was saying, hey, the Lord said you shall not fail. All right, Deuteronomy 6 and 25 tell you the laws is that's how we're righteous. All right. So he said, make your calling and election. So we're being called. None of us is chosen. None of us is chosen, man.
Right.
There's a lot of people called, man. The people in the church, they ain't even called. Think about that. The people that's in the church that's not even trying to be on the right path of God, who's trying to keep the commandments, they not even called. We the ones that called. Nobody is chosen. You see what I'm saying? So that's why Peter said, make your call and election sure. All right? And I yield.
All praise.
Good teaching, my brother.
All praise to the Most High, man.
Praise. Good teaching.